And Jordan wanted me to share this with you. I ask everybody here before I tell their stories, but Jordan wanted me to tell you that before he got into academy, his mother passed. So, hey guys, how you doing? Gotta give it up for Daryl. Daryl is over there in where? He's over in North Carolina. He has passed his structured interview. And so now he goes on to the next step in the CBP process. I laugh with this guy because the truth is he was a part-time comedian, right? So when we got done with our coaching sessions, he told me a few jokes. I love this guy. Anyway, he has passed it, so please give it up for him. Thank gosh, good job. Email I got a few weeks ago. I'm sorry, guys, I'm behind on my emails. Email I got a few weeks ago. Mitchell, can you tell us some success stories? Really, some stories? See this gray hair? I got a lot of stories for you, of course, right? But I'll just give you 5. So first one's going to be for sure, it's got to be Marco. Marco used to be a pizza delivery driver. Yeah, not joking. I met him a year and a half ago, about a year and 3 months ago. He came to me and he said to me, first time I met him, right? He got into my program. He said to me, he was serious. He says, do you think a pizza delivery driver can be a Border Patrol agent? And you know, you guys, I get that sometimes. People come to me with this, because they have some occupation that may not be successful or a lot of money, whatever, right? They think they can't be BP or CBP. He said too, then he said, well, I only have a high school education. It's fine, we can work with that, you know? And so with him, he got into my gold package and it took 3 lessons with him. And I tell you, by the time we hit that second lesson, he was on it. He was very determined, you know? I remember one time we did too. We did half a lesson while he was waiting for it to do his job, right? And then we did the other half when he got home. But he was very focused. And today, you guys, he's now in Artesia, New Mexico, going through his Border Patrol training. So that's an awesome story for you there, of course, right? And then I have Alyssa. Alyssa was a former substitute teacher. Yeah, get that, right? And the first thing I was asking her, I said, why do you want to be CBP? Because you guys already know. That's the first question I ask all of you in my email when you join the group, of course, right? The Vanguards. We are the Vanguard group. Everybody in my circle, in my coaching program, you're part of the Vanguard group. We're Vanguard. So I did ask Alyssa, why do you want to join my Vanguard group and why CBP? She said she just had enough of that life and she's 32 years old now and she just got divorced and she wants to start a new life for herself. How many of you guys can relate to that? You're in some career for 8, 9, 10 years, right? You say, enough. I want to go serve my country now. I want to go stand in the front line and do something more bigger than myself, right? So Alyssa, I met Alyssa 2.5 years ago. For the past 5 months, she is now Officer Alyssa. She's now a CBP officer, so it's really great. She emails about once every quarter, you know, so it's really great, you know. And so I'm just happy for her because she was really not feeling confident at first, you know. And you guys who know me in my coaching program, I'm very personable. I really get into it, right? The only time I'm a mean guy is when I give you the interviews. Now, when I interview you guys, I'm very serious. You know, it's already. I ask you the hard questions. I'm looking for certain answers. I critique the heck out of you. You guys already know this, right? But once we're done with the lesson or the interviewing, then the lesson starts. I'm back to myself again, where I'm personable. I'm helping you out, coaching you, showing the way, right? Because everybody here knows, all you guys already know who are in my coaching program. I believe in you because I believe in what I do. I'm making champions. That's what I do. And so now Alyssa is Miss CBP. So it's really great. You know, I'm really proud of people like that. You guys are just, it's awesome to be in these shoes doing this job because it's like an honor to make more people to stand on the border, more people to be a CBP. It's an honor to be part of that process. It really is. And then I got Darnell. Darnell cracked me up. Darnell was great because Darnell, get this, okay? You talk about life change, right? I met Darnell when he was 36 years old. He wanted to get into Border Patrol. And so he knows that cutoff was really close. And so I really pushed him hard because we were close to his next birthday, you know? And so with him, I didn't give Darnell a lot of breaks, and he knows that. That's 3 years ago, right? And Darnell knew that I wanted to take it very serious with him because we had that time frame and the age, you know. So we took him on, and he did great. By the time we did the third round with him, he bought the gold package, yeah. When we did the third round with him, he was crisp. He just like boom, 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 boom. Darnell, when I met him, he was unemployed, you know. but he wanted to do this so bad. He put everything he had into this program, into the coaching. He was very attentive to what I was saying. He just did a really great job. So today, of course, he wears the badge. Also, I got here. Oh, Jasmine. Jasmine was a former barista. Yeah, Jasmine was a barista, right? And just a year ago I met her, but Jasmine was one of the folks who I had to with her show her, and she tell you that, show her her self-worth. Now, she still tell me this. She said I can tell you guys this. So in her family, 4 boys and her, so she wasn't given a lot of, shall we say, tips to be successful, old school family, all that kind of stuff, right? There's a backstory there. Anyway, though, I wanted to show her the value of being a woman in any kind of career. She wanted CBP, but the fact of of having authority was kind of worrisome from her, so we built her up in my coaching program, and she, oh my God, she just morphed also. She too had the gold package too. And by the time we hit our 3rd coaching session, she was ready. I would ask her a question and she just boom, 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 and she knew it. Like, oh my God, it was like talking to myself. It was amazing, right? And of course, she went in for her SI a little while ago, passed, of course. I knew she passed because she absorbed every single lesson I had for her. She absorbed it. She knew all my techniques and went there and just kicked butt at the SI, right? Last one I'll tell you guys about is Jordan. Jordan wanted to become a CBP for a long time. His mother he never had a father. His mother supported him, of course, right? And Jordan wanted me to share this with you. I ask everybody here before I tell their stories, but Jordan wanted me to tell you that before he got into academy, his mother passed. So she never saw him get his badge, okay? He has his badge now today. He did all that, did the hard work and everything else. But it was nice because during the SI training I gave him, right? I could sometimes hear Mama in the background, and it was kind of funny because she'd be like, "That's not how you say that." And she would critique him because what I found out later, she would watch the videos with him and help him out and the paperwork too, right? And this is gonna kill you, right? Sometimes I'm doing the training with him, and you see a hip pop out on the side, "Hi, Mitch," and she leave. It's just hilarious. Like, man, it was just a really cool thing. She wasn't doing good then either, but she was really supportive of him. Before he got into academy, she passed. But Jordan is a good story of perseverance and tenacity because he kept on going through the process. He didn't let anything stop him, and I admire people like that, so it's really great. You guys, those are just 5 stories I have for you. I've got a lot. People email me all the time. I've got friends I made throughout the processes, You guys, in my coaching program, I expect you to do your best, but I don't expect you to know everything when we first meet because the first 5 minutes, I'm already interviewing you. I don't waste time that way, right? But you're going to make mistakes the first time with me. It's okay. With me, you're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to not know, right, the first time, right? And then we start to build you up. It's like building a house, but not a house on sand, a house on rock, a strong foundation, right? Then we just build you from there. We build from there. We build from there. We build from there, right? And you guys, I love what I do. And people say to me sometimes, "Man, you're really energetic. You're really into it. What is it all about?" My mission is simple, guys. I am working on my legacy. That's what I'm working on, okay? In my late 50s, right? I don't know, maybe I got like 20 years left. Who knows, right? But I want to leave something behind here that's worthwhile. And so far today, I have 74 people who wear the badge because I've helped out in some way through my SI training, okay? It's a small thing I get, right? It's a small recognition, right? But it's a worthy recognition because maybe if I wasn't there, there'd be 74 less badges on those front lines, right? So when I leave, I want to make sure I put some good seeds out there and good people out there. That's my motivation. Because you're right, when you talk to me, I'm full of energy. I'm just ready to go with you guys. I'm hammer through. I'm very serious about interviews. I don't play around my interviews. That part I don't goof around about at all. The interviews are critical, and we get past that, right? But once we get past that, we start to train and stuff, I'm personable again. If you guys really want to pass your interview, seriously, join me. The investment is so tiny. 3 of these 5 people here I tell you about, they have their careers now. They're making 60 or 70 or 80 a year. They did a tiny investment in me, got past the SI, which is the second toughest part of the whole process, right? And now they're living their lives and they're enjoying their lives and now they're professionals. So I really want you to think about that, okay? You don't have to come to me, but if you come to me, you're gonna get the best coaching you've ever had. I don't know of anybody else who does this for CBP and BP except for me. And I know what I'm doing. I've got 5 years worth of experience, a 90.1% success rate. Okay, you guys, take care. Those are some stories for you. Bye-bye.